Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the previous class, we discussed about asymmetric information. Asymmetric information is a situation in which one party to the contract has more information than the other party. Like this is a company. So inside the company, the managers, they have much more information, or you can say the board of directors, they have much more information than the shareholders. Or you can say the investors. This situation is called asymmetric information. One party has less information and the other party has more information. Then after that, we discussed about adverse selection. That adverse selection is asymmetric information problem that occurs before the transaction. Now, before the transaction, some people, they made bad decisions. Suppose there are different companies. These companies need funds. They are in need of funds, and though they are going to issue bonds. They are going to issue bonds. In these companies, there are some good companies, but majority of companies, these are bad companies. So public here, they are going to purchase bonds from these companies. This is public, suppose. And they are going to purchase bonds. So maybe there is possibility that they will purchase bonds of this company, this company, this company, this company. Or maybe they will purchase bonds of this company. If they will purchase bonds of these two companies, so it will be good in the future. But if they will purchase bonds of these companies, so these companies know that when we will take loan, so in the future our results will be bad because our venture is a risky venture. So see here, potential bad credit risks. These companies, the bad companies, these are bad credit risks. Why we call it bad credit risks? Because thus the parties who are the most likely to produce an undesirable outcome are the ones most likely to want to engage in the transaction. For example, big risk takers or outright crooks might be the most eager to take out a loan because they know that they are unlikely to pay it back. So bad credit risks are those people who know that they are not going to return the money or return the loan to the public back. They will take loan from you, but they will not return it back to you. So there is possibility. They know that they will not return the loans. They will attract you. Other companies, if other company is issuing 8% interest, good companies, so these companies will offer you more interest to attract the public, to attract the companies. So because adverse selection increases the chance that a loan might be made to a bad credit risk. Now there is possibility that in the market, bad companies, there is possibility that our money will go into the hands of bad companies. So majority of people, they are not going to lend the loan because they know majority of companies are bad companies. Still there are good companies, but maybe we will make a bad decision. So this bad decision before the transaction, it is called adverse selection. That loan will go into the hands of bad people, and these bad people, they will not return the loan to us. So this situation in which you don't know to give loan to which party, this is called adverse selection. So lenders might decide not to make any loans even though there are good credit risk in the marketplace. So adverse selection is bad selection. You are unable to make good decision. This situation before the transaction, this is called adverse selection. Now the second problem of asymmetric information is moral hazard. Moral hazard is said to exist in a market if after signing of a contract or transaction, one party changes behavior which might have undesirable results. Okay, suppose you give loan to a party, this party. You sign a contract. In this contract, there was amount mentioned, there was interest rate mentioned, and in this contract, you agreed with this party that they will not invest your money in risky ventures. And the party agrees. But when you lend the money, after lending the money, what happened? The party changes behavior and they invest your money in risky ventures in which the possibility of loss, it is too much. So here he's telling you that moral hazard is said to exist in a market if after signing of a contract or transaction, one party changes behavior which might have undesirable results. Undesirable results means the chance there will be more chance of loss. They may take on big risks which have possible high returns but also run a great risk of default. This risky project, okay, if the project will be successful, so they will earn a huge sum of money, but there is greater risk that the project fails, and if the project fails, the company will go into default. And in default, the company is not going to return your money back because they are playing with someone else's money. This money is not their own money. This money is the money of the public. Now, only imperfectly able to monitor or control. Now, it is difficult that you will monitor these companies. You are an individual, you have your own business. So, it is impossible for you to monitor them constantly, regularly. So, insurance, stock market engage in undesirable activities. Now, insurance companies and stock market, these are basically engaged in businesses in which the results will be undesirable. So now these two concepts. The first concept is adverse selection. And the second concept is moral hazard. Now, this problem is before the transaction. And this situation is after the transaction. Transaction here means after giving loan. Now, adverse selection is making bad selection. If you will make bad selection among the companies, so your money will go into the hands of bad people, or you are unable to make good decision. And your money will go into the hands of bad people. They will invest it in risky projects, and what will happen? They will lose money and they will not return your money back. Moral hazard, this is a situation after the transaction. You signed the contract with the borrower. You are lender, this is you, and this is borrower. You are lending money to B. Now you sign the contract. In contract there are terms and conditions that you will not invest my money in risky ventures. Just like here, it's telling you that one party changes behavior. So, in this contract, there are terms and conditions. Before signing the contract, he is willing to follow the contract. But after signing the transaction, B is changing behavior and he is not following this contract. And it will be difficult for A to continuously, or you can say regularly, keep an eye on the transactions of B. So what will happen if he will invest this money, your money, the borrowed money, in risky ventures? So the possibility of loss, it will be very high. And if they will lose, if the project fails, so this company will become bankrupt. and when the company will become bankrupt, they will not return the loan back to you. So this situation, which is after the transaction, is called moral hazard. So this is the end of this chapter. Inshallah, in the next class we will start a new chapter, and chapter name is bond valuation. Have a good time. Assalamu alaikum.